Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Classic. We are on the Warlock today, and somebody mentioned that we could get the Voidwalker now, which I had also thought we could get the Voidwalker at level 10. But our Warlock Trainer doesn't have anything for us. Not as far as a quest to get a new demon. What he did have was we grabbed a couple of Grimoires here from the Demon Trainer. So, Firebolt rank 2 we grabbed. And Pact of Blood, we also grabbed that. And a couple new abilities we have. We can create a health stone now, so let's go ahead and do that. This will be like a potion basically. We can use this to save ourselves if we're about to die. We could mana tap or life tap to get mana back, and then we could pop our health stone to recover the health. So a couple of good tactics we could use here. And it's nice to have that kind of utility. So unfortunately no Voidwalker yet. I'm not sure when that does happen, or if perhaps we need to talk to the Warlock Trainer specifically in Ironforge. That could be the case. So that's also something that I'll check. And then somebody also pointed out helpfully that this area here on the map that we haven't revealed yet should have some more quests for us. So the feeling I had that we had forgotten a couple of quests or lost a couple of quests somewhere was definitely accurate. And so we're going to head out this way. But I am going to check out Ironforge at some point, probably after we get some questing done here. And see if the trainer there has a quest for us to get the Voidwalker. It would be really useful. Not as much damage as the Imp, but it can take more damage, so it can hold the enemies off of us, rather than us having to tank for our pet, which is basically what we're doing now. To put him back onto defensive. And then we also need to reset a keybind real fast. Pet action. There we go. That just makes it so much easier to have him start casting before we've actually been hit. I don't like waiting till we've been hit for him to start casting his fireball. All this for an herb.
I can't loot that.
Our skinning is maxed out. I have to go to Ironforge for a number of reasons. No! Interrupted. Couldn't get the cast off in time. Could you, Imp?
I can't loot that.
Alright, now that we went all that way to get a Peace Bloom, let's carry on here. On the way here, I did realize that we have a talent point we haven't spent yet. And I'm just going to put that into Improved Corruption. Again, we're working towards getting this to be an instant cast, which I think is going to feel amazing once we've done it. Speaking of Voidwalker, this guy has his, and he's level 11, so yeah, it must be that we need to speak to the Warlock Trainer at Ironforge. And that was probably made explicit to me, and I probably just overlooked it. So we'll be doing that really soon. Not that I don't like the Imp. See, it's kind of a hard choice, because we don't really have a problem with the Imp right now, do we? We're not taking an excessive amount of damage, even when we're holding threat from the enemy. Now granted, he can't really get hit, but that's been fine so far. And he has decent damage output, but we'll get the Voidwalker. Obviously, we're going to start fighting more and more difficult enemies. If the Voidwalker can handle 2 enemies at once, that would be pretty amazing, because then we can do multi-pulls, and we can dot up our enemies with 3 dots each, and then just kind of let them die over time. There's so many herbs in Dunmorrow. You wouldn't think that because it's all frozen and covered in snow, but as far as herbing nodes go, there are a lot here. I'm thinking we're gonna maybe end up coming this way to fight these rockjaw ambushers at some point. Let's just keep heading up this way. Level 18 Human Paladin, tanking heals. Okay, good name, good. Okay, here's a quest. For some reason, I thought this would just lead to a different zone. Now, what zone I thought that was, I'm not sure. Wetlands, I guess. So, yeah, there are some quests here. Let's see what's going on, or if it sends us further north.
Here there.
Lost Pilot. My friend and fellow siege pilot, Maury Hildelv, is lost in the hills. We were looking for a rare ore that's needed for a high-grade blast powder, and during our search he drove his engine up a steep hill and busted it. Still convinced that ore was in these mountains, Hildelv charged me to guard our engines while he continued on foot, searching. It's been days, and I've heard some beastly growls in the hills at night. Moral's tough as nails, but I'm worried. Please, find him. Find Pilot Hildelv.
Off with you.
I'm assuming the hills are this way. Not sure exactly where, except maybe just further north, but let's look over here and see if there's anything. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, all the quest says is the hills, so... But that doesn't mean that it's anywhere near here. Oh wait, what's this? Oh no. It's not a quest turn-in, it's just a corpse. Of course it is. Of course the guy is not alive. The Lost Pilot. Here's the corpse of a dwarf, mauled, frozen, and picked clean by mountain scavengers. Clutched in its hand is a book containing the roughly scribbled notes of Maury Hildelv, and around its frame, still in superior condition, is a brigadier's vest. This grisly scene must have been where the siege engine pilot met his end. Well, we took his armor off his corpse and put it in our bags. We feel great about ourselves. A pilot's revenge. Hildelv wrote in his journal that he was attacked by a mange claw, a huge ice claw bear. He drove off the beast, but not before it mauled him savagely. Judging from the state of Hildelf's body, Mangeclaw must have later returned and killed him. However, Hildelf wrote in his journal his one final wish, revenge against Mageclaw. Kill Mangeclaw, bring his mangy claw in Hildelf's journal to pilot Hammerfoot. We'll get a dagger out of it with agility on it, which we don't need. Agility. So the question is, where did this ice bear venture off to? Oh, well, shit. I guess we don't need to look any farther than over the hill. Let's pull this guy back away from the bear.
I can't cast that yet.
Well, he's level 11, we're level 11, so seems like a pretty fair fight. Mangy Claw. 1 out of 1. I wonder if this will open up more quests in this little area, or if that's going to be a one-off. Well, let's find out.
How are you?
This is grim news, for Hildelf was a good friend, and I wish I could have been there with you when you found the beast, Mangeclaw. Thank you. Your deed will be remembered by the pilots of the Ironforge Siege Brigade.
Hey, good.
Well, let's equip our new dagger. There she is. Alright, and that is it here. I don't see... Well, let's not be too hasty. How about we go inside of this building, if we can, and see what's going on in here. Probably something we should have investigated before running off into the hills. I love how they hide the entrances on the back sides of the building. That's great. It makes sense strategically. Alright. I don't see anybody in here. Up top? There is no one manning this lookout tower, which doesn't seem safe, but I guess it must be fine. At least we didn't miss any quests in here. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is take us to Ironforge, and we'll visit the Warlock Trainer there and see about getting the Voidwalker quest. Okay, here we are in the Forlorn Cavern inside of Ironforge. And somebody has a quest for us. Oh, it's the Gnomergon Exiles. Not what we're looking for. Here we go. Maybe this is more promising.
Talk to me.
Knowledge in the Deeps. As you might know, I collect lore. Old lore. Powerful lore. Lore that opens doorways, and lore that can awaken those who sleep. There are rumors of an old piece of lore. The Lorgalis manuscript. At the bottom of the Black Fathom Deeps in Ashenvale. That place is the old dwelling of long-dead elves. Elves who held the great knowledge before their city fell to ruin. Search Black Fathom Deeps for the manuscript. Do this, and I will not forget it. Not even after the end of days. Okay, that's a quest to go into a dungeon.
Watch your
Black
back.
Fathom Deeps.
Pleased to meet you.
Huh. Very interesting.
Be seeing
Maybe
you.
the quest for the Voidwalker comes from somewhere else. I could look this up.
Hi, how are you?
What is this? The Slaughtered Lamb. Times past. Oh, here we go. All warlocks in Cosmodon were trained under the auspices of the Masters of Gnomergon. But now that we've all been forced to relocate into this rat's hole in Ironforge, and Magni's decided to keep a careful watch on us, we're forced to send our novices to Stormwind for training. Luckily, Gotkin's no slouch, so you'll still learn what you need to know, but it burns my blood. Anyways, you'll find Gotkin in the basement of the Slaughtered Lamb in Stormwind. Okay, so this guy is who we need. Gnomergon Exiles is just because, you know, Gnomergon is overrun with poison radiation and trogs and leper gnomes.
Alrighty then.
So he's sending us to Stormwind, where we will receive our training proper. That's a little bit of a jaunt, so that's going to be something we could take the tram over. And then I'm wondering if they're going to send us to complete the quest, hopefully somewhere over in Elwyn Forest. And I'm hoping we don't have to kind of run back and forth between Dunmorrow and Stormwind just to get this quest done, but anything is possible. We'll go ahead and take the tram, and I'll cut back in once we are at the Slaughtered Lamb in the basement in Stormwind City. So we arrived by tram, which we were right on time to catch. And the Slaughtered Lamb Inn is actually in the Mage Quarter. So we're going to cut to the Trade Quarter here. And then we'll get to see where this quest is going to take us. Like I said, I'm hopeful that it's going to be somewhere in the surrounding area. Maybe even somewhere in Westfall. But hopefully not much further than that. Now I have no idea where the building actually is. This looks like the Enchanter's place. So it's probably going to be on the interior of the quarter. The Blue Recluse, that's a tavern. Larson's Clothes. Essential components. Well, not readily seeing the place, but it could be somewhere off the beaten path. Well, we can see the dot on the minimap. That's a dead giveaway. There we go, the Slaughtered Lamb. So, it's tucked away back here. And he said that they were in the basement, of course. Yeah, this doesn't look conspicuous at all. Exactly where a warlock would feel right at home.
Greetings.
Gagan the Darkbinder. Sent by Black Rents, were you? Damn warlocks in Ironforge need to get things sorted out. There's only so much room and so many teachers in Stormwind. With all the increased traffic, we're sure to attract attention sooner or later. Sharena Keldon. I had a student named Serena Keldon. She stood where you stand now, eager to learn of warlock magic, and possessing no small bit of talent. More than that, she was young and pleasing to the eye. Had I seen it then, the traitorous trollop, the thieving wench ran off with one of the defious Erlin Drudgemore. While her loss is of little importance, I gifted her a bloodstone choker that I must have. Her life means nothing to me now. You will find her at the Blackwell Pumpkin Patch. Retrieve what is mine. Okay. The Blackwell Pumpkin Patch, that is in Elwian Forest. If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere in the southeastern parts of the zone. So we're going to head right out and investigate that. Wait, am I going down deeper? I don't necessarily want to go down any further than that. Thank you so much. Let's go back up now. And get out to the daylight. Okay, we are approaching the Blackwell Pumpkin Patch. Looking for Serena's choker, which she'll be carrying. I'm thinking maybe she's back in this building. I know there are a couple of other named enemies in there, so I'm hoping that she's not, but I'm also not sure where else they would put her. That was a nicely timed interrupt he got off there. Yeah, there she is. I mean, the question is, how the hell did we get her and take on all these guys? I guess we just try to get just her, you know? Let's turn our pet on passive and see if we can just draw her out. Oh, she did die. Now if we can get away, we'll be golden. Because we can go back and loot her. I think she was far enough away from the cabin. I don't know what happened there. I think we should just get out of this area for a minute. Well, he took out our imp. Which is fine. Let's summon him back and then we can get right up to the house, maybe loot her. We might have to run again. That would be annoying, but better than the alternative of having to fight 3 named enemies all at once. Alright, that worked out, I think, as well as we could expect. So let's get out of here and we will head back to Stormwind City. Alright, after a little bit of running, looks like we might be wrapping this one up, unless he wants us to do something else after this, which is always possible. But I'm kind of hoping this will get us our Voidwalker.
What can I do for you?
Even the older and wiser can be unmanned by the wiles of youth and beauty. A piece of advice you would do well to remember throughout your life. Serena was talented, but not enough so to gain mastery of warlock magic on her own. It's a shame to see talent wasted, but sometimes it is necessary. I hope my investment in you will bear different results. Oh, we're not done yet. The binding. By retrieving my choker and besting Serena, you've proven that you're at least as capable as she was. With that said, I can tell you're direly in need of training. You can manage the flows of magic, yes, but being a warlock is much more than that. I will show you how to command a Voidwalker, but before I can, you must call one forth at a summoning circle and subdue it using whatever weapons, physical and magical, you have at your disposal. Use the magic of this choker and summon the circle below. Oh, use the magic of this choker and the summoning circle below. Okay, well that doesn't take us very far then. Now we know what this other path is that takes us lower into the basement here. Well, this is cool. I'm glad we didn't have to run across another zone to finish it. That makes me happy. Summoning circle. Oh, we're not all the way down yet? Jeez. Where does this lead? Oh, look at that. Okay, well, let's check our bags and prepare ourselves. We could have used a health stone. That would have been useful. We do have Drain Soul. Alright, and he's aggressive. There we go. Easy enough. Nothing to loot. Quite an expansive labyrinth here just for the Voidwalker quest. I wonder if we come back and do anything else here. Also, I'm wondering if we can manage to get lost in here. That would be exciting. Because apparently that's a possibility.
Can I help you?
You did better than I expected, but as well as I'd hoped. Now, you can learn to command your subjugated Voidwalker, an ally you will find valuable in the trials that are sure to stand before you. I have nothing more to teach you at the present, but I am far from done with you. That sounds
Have a good one.
ominous, but hey, we got our Voidwalker. There we go. Oh, we need a soul shard, which we can get by killing an enemy with drained soul. So if the target dies while being drained, it yields experience and honor, and the caster gains a soul shard. Soul shards are required for certain spells. Spells like summoning a Voidwalker. So we're going to have to do that to summon our Voidwalker. I'm really excited to try it out and see what it can do out in the field. We're going to take a little bit of a break here. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Your support really means a lot, especially in these times, so take care of yourselves out there, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.